For policy bills, right. Those are the non-fiscal bills. The fiscal committees and the transportation committee have another week, and I'm on the finance committee, so I continue our work. Big progress today. We passed House Bill 1449, which is the oil train safety bill, out of the finance committee. It went through the environment committee already, went through finance today, and it now has gone to rules, and then it'll go to the floor and then over to the Senate. It came out of the committee on a partisan vote, but I think at the end of the day we're going to have a bill that people of both parties will be able to support. Basically, it establishes ways that oil trains can be safer now. The issue of whether or not there will be oil terminals in my community isn't addressed by this bill, but it does a couple of things. Number one, we used to get most of our oil for the refineries from Alaska via ship, and there was a barrel tax on that. The trains and the pipelines didn't have to pay that tax. And so money to regulate, inspect, and keep those as safe as possible had to be borrowed from other funds. So now they are paying their fair share for cleanup, prevention, training of first responders, and that sort of thing. And as you know, there was another tragic explosion this week, and the best guess prediction is that there will be at least 10 a year with the volume of travel on rail. So that's too much, and we have to do a number of things, but this bill didn't pass last time, and I think it will pass this time. That one is exempt from cutoff, and we worked really hard to get all the bills that were not exempt done by today. So now we're going to be working on some of those little bit harder bills. The Main Street programs have been very, very successful at rejuvenating and salvaging rundown downtowns where businesses weren't doing very well. It's like a renaissance for small business when it's done right. And so everybody wants to do it. And in order to allow more communities to take part, we had to raise the ceiling on the money available. And so that's what this bill does. And it'll help Vancouver continue the great work they're doing downtown, and it will allow some other communities to do the same thing. I hate calling it revenge porn. I call it abuse via intimate images, and in some cases it's cyber rape. We had a very, very powerful hearing. We are addressing it on two levels. I've been working on the civil level for civil penalties, where there's been economic damages, where the criminal case is hard to prove, but that the civil damages are not hard to prove. There's a set of civil remedies, and that is in rules now. It's come all the way through the Judiciary Committee, and it's in rules. This is a new bill that's similar to a bill that has been done by my colleague Tina Orwell, who's worked really hard on a lot of issues, including sex trafficking. She's one of our fearless leaders on this. So she's done a lot of work on this, and then we have a criminal penalty bill coming through the Public Safety Committee. They work together, and so I'm very hopeful that we will have a bipartisan pair of bills that will really comprehensively address this problem, this growing problem, and together they will be some of the best laws in the country, because everybody's looking to do a better job on this issue. You win some, you lose some. As you know, we've been taxing pizza that is take-and-bake pizza the same as restaurant food. And some of us and a lot of us feel that if it's a frozen pizza in the dairy case or the frozen pizza case, you don't pay tax on it. If you buy it at a take-and-bake, you do. Unfortunately, one of our major companies is so successful that the fiscal note, the cost to our general fund for schools, would have been unacceptably high. And until we figure out how we're going to fund our schools and make sure that our safety net is intact, bills that dip into the safety net, even for a good purpose, are not going to have a lot of chances. But as of January of next year, it'll be alive again, and there's always another year. I'm Sharon Wylie from the 49th District, America's Vancouver. Thank you so much for listening.